I'm flabbergasted. What I was going to say was that I thought I knew how to play Rose, and then I saw the way Luffy played Rose at EVO, and I was like, wow, I'm doing this.
There's only one way you could play that way. You got to get rid of the stick and trade it in for a pad. Because as you know, pad players do play different than stick players.
They do play different. They do play different. That was something that you and I had said from the get-go.
It was actually you. You were the one that brought it to my attention.
See, I wasn't going to take credit.
Listen to me.
Both of us,
listen
but
to
yes,
me.
you're right.
I have never plagiarized in my life. I always cite my sources. And Gutex was the one that said pad players play different than stick players. And I first realized that when I was telling you in 2010, after I got back from Power Up, I told you, I played Enthal in a set, his Fei Long. If you guys remember that name, his name is Enthal.
I remember.
You guys probably don't know who he is because most of you picked this game up 2 weeks ago.
That's okay.
Yeah,
you
know who I'm talking about. And Flo does for some reason. And Stanford Kelly. Shots fired. And Enthal played me, and the way he played, I said, how come this fool does not play like any other Fei Long? And that was because you said, Mike, pad players play different than stick players.
People who grew up playing on stick.
Can you get that alpaca away? There's no point in showing this. Jesus Christ.
This alpaca is an endangered species.
I am
he just doesn't
sick
know it
and
yet.
tired of this alpaca.
Yeah, I'll take care of him for you, Mike.
Mondo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mondo. But Papa, stop showing off the alpaca. We are having a deep conversation right now about pad players versus stick players. And we're trying to enlighten the community that there's a difference.
There is a difference. I'm not sure why, but I think it has to do with movement. You know, backdashing is so hard on stick.
Yeah.
But it's so easy on pad.
Yeah, it is. You see Wolf Crone's face? That fool's never worried when he's playing. He's just back. Okay, anyways, back to the match. Here we go.
Right, so we got grand finals here.
Grand
I'm
finals.
pretty sure this is 3 out of 5. It's Filipinoman versus Nemo. Filipinoman is 2 sets of 3 out of 5 away from winning his first major.
That's correct. Oh, and Nemo. Oh, actually, by the way, I just want to share with you guys, because for those of you that don't know, Daigo is doing a live AMA on Reddit right now as we speak, and I guess somehow what we're talking about got back to him. And Daigo did say, I'm getting this on Twitter, from multiple people, that Daigo went on the Reddit and said Nemo is currently better than him in this game right now.
Shut up. Daigo's doing an AMA right now?
Yeah, on Reddit.
Shut up.
Z took the picture on Instagram. And
really?
And Daigo's holding up the sign saying AMA, Daigo AMA, Reddit. He's doing it right now. Ask him questions while you guys are watching this.
Please ask Daigo if we can get an English translation of his books.
Of his books? Yeah, no. That's up to Z. Z's got to do the work on that, right? Somebody's got to do the work. Anyways, well, it doesn't matter. So here we are, Nemo, right now.
I thought you were making up that whole story.
Dude, I was not making it. Yo, I will show you on Twitter. Dude, I will show you. You know me, like I said, I never plagiarize. So let me show you who I'm talking about.
All right, so Filipinoman making use of one of Rose's best buffs in Ultra, which is the the forward and heavy kick juggle into EX Soul Spiral. It does a nice chunk of damage.
Okay, sorry. Shout-outs to Shukume9898, Bryce on Twitter, and it's Dakota, who said Daigo is doing an AMA right now and actually said Nemo is a better player than he is. Also, in Daigo's AMA, he even states that Nemo is better than he is. That's from 2 different people.
Wow.
So Daigo said Nemo's a better player. So when Nishikin told me he's top 3 in Japan, there's a reason he said that.
He didn't come to EVO, right?
Who?
Nemo.
Nemo? I don't know. I don't think he did.
He must not have.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah, I don't think he did.
All right, so interesting choice actually by Filipinoman to use Ultra 1. Mm-hmm. I have no idea what that's about.
He probably wants to try to catch him when he EX rolls off the wall, but I don't know if he's going to get an opportunity. Nemo takes this first game. I don't want to say convincingly, but he did a good job. He did a good job at it.
Ultra 2 is so much better.
Ultra 2 is safe, Gutex, and I know you're a very safe man. You always practice safe maneuvers when playing Street Fighter 4 and training mode and stuff like that. You're the safest man there is. So you would like Ultra 2. If you went to the store and bought a brand, it would be called Ultra 2. That's what you use to protect yourself. Ultra 2.
Hey, you get 2 around. What can I say? Well,
okay, here we go.
Nemo
takes the first game, not convincingly.
Filipino man, it was
Oh,
so
he goes
convincing.
to
He
poison.
switched to poison. I'm telling you. I still don't think that this is...
And ladies and gentlemen, now we are playing Ultra Street Fighter 4. Here we go.
It only took a couple of months.
That's right. But we're here. We're here. Even wasn't enough time. It was too soon. People didn't know the game yet. So everybody said Rolento sucked. And here we are in America getting our asses handed to us by Nemo, by his Rolento.
Yeah, it's true.
But this character sucks, right, Flo? Get out of here. Get back in the chat room and complain, Flo. Tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I told you he was dumb, and what are we seeing? We are seeing Nemo do work, even though Nemo's a smart player. I got to give Nemo his credit. He's playing phenomenally. But I told Flo this like 3 weeks ago, and he's like, Maggie,
hard to tell if that would have worked. Filipino Man didn't get the reversal. Filipino Man has not really shown anything that says that
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's to be
he
fair.
made it this far.
Like, guys, listen up. This is high-level play. We have not fought against a Rolento that is good in America, period. So right now, realistically speaking, Filipino Man should not win because he's not going to adapt in the next 2 or 3 games. He doesn't have this practice because everybody here wrote that character off and nobody played him.
Yeah.
And now here we go. We have a Japan God here showing us that you all suck. This is how you play this character. Nemo, here to make a statement. He might be done with Marvel, but he's not going to be done with this game. If people would listen to me, such as Flo, then maybe we would have been more prepared for this.
You're saying,
but they all write it off and just say, oh no, Rolento sucks.
You're saying that if a top-tier enthusiast such as Flo would have recognized the value of Rolento
and
as
potential of Rolento, we wouldn't be witnessing Filipino Man getting bodied right now on stream in front of the thousands of people watching. Thousands of people witnessing this, and I feel for him. I feel for this man on the sticks right now. His hand is on his face. He is depressed. He doesn't know what to do right now. But meanwhile, Nemo is cool and collective because he's been beating ass with Rolento in Japan for like the past couple of months since Ultra dropped.
Yeah.
Poor Filipino Man. No, T-Hawk is not the answer. It might be a good matchup, but you, sir, don't know what you're doing with T-Hawk yet. I say you go back to Rose and figure it out. You got to hold this L. This is going to be a matchup you cannot win. There you go. You have to get the data. You have to get the information to make sure the next time you run into Nemo, you never, ever let this happen again.
Yeah. Yeah. Truth hurts, Mike.
Truth hurts. Truth hurts.
I think about my own decisions in this tournament.
You know, and it just is what it is. Sometimes you have to accept an L in a major to learn for the next tournament. And right now, that 400 years of oppression stick is going to beat Filipino Man senseless, but next time they play, watch the results change. Watch there be a difference. I'm sorry, Filipino Man, that you have to go out in this tournament like this. This is going to be an ass beating you'll never forget. But by God, you will be a fan favorite for years to come when you show what you've learned.
Dude, he might actually know the match.
Who, Filipino Man?
No.
Oh.
Nemo actually knows what to do against Rose.
I argue that Rolento doesn't need to know a match because he plays against every character the same way, like a dummy. And if more people realize that, they would see how much of a threat he is. But people gave up on him here. Nemo, ladies and gentlemen, is now on match point at being the West Coast WarZone champion. Oh my God, Nemo, please. We are just Americans. We did not mean any of the offenses in Marvel that took place. Please, Nemo.
Don't take out that aggression.
He's taking it out on us.
One of our best Street Fighter players.
Now he wants to play a smart game, and he is just dominating us. This is Embarrassing.
I'll tell you what, tomorrow on Xbox Live, you want to get that Rolento practice, they will be out there.
Oh, millions of Rolentos are talking right now. You go on eventhubs.com, the tier lists are changing literally not from left to right, from right to left. They're all decreasing as Rolento is sweeping the tier charts.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, Filipinoman is not ready to go home just yet. Perhaps he is onto something. Perhaps he might have what it takes to reset the bracket. Can he do it? Let's see what he does this round.
Well, it's match point. Filipinoman has got a mountain to climb.
It's a mountain indeed. Oh no, Nemo, ladies and gentlemen, Nemo!
Activate, just activate,
This is
activate.
insane.
You'll get another one. Just
You
activate.
have to
You'll get another one.
activate. You have to activate. There you go. Oh no, wait a minute. Okay, there we go.
No, see,
now he's going to bring the...
That was not the right time to activate. He's not going to get another one.
Wait a minute. Yes, you're right, Gutex. It was not the right time to activate, but maybe he has a plan. Maybe he is no longer afraid of Nemo. Maybe he found out the matchup.
Oh my God, that was so close. He could have killed him with a...
Oh no, this might be the tournament moment for Nemo. He might leave here a victor at West Coast WarZone 4, and he does it. He is the Ultra Street Fighter 4 champion. Nemo with Rolento. Rolento has won a major in America, and he is from Japan.
Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nemo is your Ultra Street Fighter 4 West Coast WarZone champion. Marvel was not his calling, but darn it, it was Street Fighter 4.
Well,
thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching and supporting Kai and John Rog's event, West Coast WarZone 4. I have had an awesome time and experience here. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend yesterday. I had to attend some family gatherings over in Long Beach, but I had a great time. I'm just so happy I got a chance to be here and share some of my knowledge and wisdom of Street Fighter 4 with the rest of you people.
You and me both, Mike. Yeah, hey, shout outs to Nemo. Didn't work out in Marvel. Didn't work out against Filipino champ, but damn, I'm convinced.
Yeah,
in Street Fighter.
convinced.
That was so convincing.
Nemo's the new name. He's the name that you guys need to be speaking about, not for Marvel. Well, Marvel, it's acceptable and understandable, but mainly for Street Fighter, because clearly this guy is a Street Fighter player. Street Fighter champion.
Street Fighter champion. Well, guys, I guess that about wraps it up for us here at West Coast WarZone. We want to thank all of you guys for watching. Hey, West Coast WarZone was gone for a while. This is, West Coast WarZone 4, and I just got word that we're going to be back for West Coast WarZone 5 next year sometime around the summer, fall, end of summer. So you can follow West Coast WarZone on Twitter at WCW Tournament for details. So go right now. And we want to thank all you guys for watching all around the world. Thank you for joining us here on this weekend. We had a lot of fun. Shout outs to NorCal for coming down here.
That's
Nemo
right.
for flying all the way from Japan to show us the true potential of Rolento. I had a great time.